Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Between, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, it's yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold of franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room. He is Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King 2 Code in the building. What's good?
Man, what's good? What's up with y'all? What's up with the people? And as always, cheers to you. Man, but other than that, man, it's Thursday, man. You know, we back with our series, man, the best of all time, man. And we gotta right or wrong. It's such a bad taste in the mouth, the last episode we had. But it was a good episode, but it was just we messed up and we ended it and we shouldn't have, and we got to correct it. We got to do right. We got to do right by the people, man. So other than that, man, I'm ready to go, man. But our main show today is our tag teams, man. We are going the top 10 tag teams. We are going to compare who we got. We're going to argue it. We're going to do the damn thing. We need y'all help. What's up, Lonnie? What's good?
What up, brother?
Hey, man, I'm ready, man. Let's go.
All right. Well, with that being said, I need you guys to do two things before we start tonight. And that is, of course, bend the knee to your humble king. And, of course, as we get ready to talk the top 10 tag teams from 1988 all the way up through present day 2022. King 2 Code, man, you got the first batch of people, man. So with that being said, go ahead, man, and tell the people who you rocking with 1 through 10. And are we starting from 10 going down to number 1?
Yeah, we go down 10 to number 1, but before we go there, man, we got to address the elephant in the room. So we did the women's, right?
Yeah.
And we had good arguments for where we put, but I think rash decisioning. We left someone off the list that I don't even know how we really did that. I don't even know how we even let that slide like that, but we had to make it right. We had to make a correction.
We had to right our wrongs.
So what we did was we revamped their list a little bit. We changed a few things, not too much. We just kind of moved some people down and moved maybe a couple of people up, and we added one person most definitely that needed to be added. And I think we both agreed that we put her at number 1. And the reason why we're putting her at number 1 is because of the journey that she had to take and what it is that she had to go through to be where she was. And that's Trish Stratus. Flat out, yeah, you can say maybe Trish wasn't the greatest technical wrestler, but for someone to be a non-wrestler, to have been a manager, to have evolved and developed, especially during a time where she was nothing more than eye candy, but was able to do more and be, I don't want to say just entertained, but you watch Trish in the ring. When the women were allowed to actually have good matches. So those first early years, yeah, it was kind of rough for her, but it was a different time and era of what women could do. And it was the same era of where, we said Jazz and China and Lita and a few others, they were all in that same boat. They're all in that same boat. But she's the one that came out on top. Yes, she was the prettiest. It was Trish Stratus. But hey, man, Lonnie, you're right, Lonnie. You're right, Lonnie. And we messed up. But Trish definitely has reached a plateau for women's wrestling where, again, this was this model that you couldn't do a lick of moves, couldn't do nothing, and she ended up becoming, at the moment in time until Charlotte broke the record, she became the most winning women's champion of WWE, and she had good matches, and she main evented a Monday Night Raw, the first women's match to main event a Monday Night Raw with her and Lita. Like, Trish was a money maker. She could do it in the ring. She could do it on a promo. She could do Trish. And she was Trish Stratus faction guaranteed. how did we not put this girl on? I cannot give you a. I can't fathom a reason that is good enough to how we did not do that, but we definitely had to right or wrong there. So as far as the rest of the list go, Charlotte Flair was number 2, China was number 3, Sasha Banks is number 4, Becky Lynch is number 5, Lita's number 6, Mickie James 7, Beth Phoenix is number 8, Bianca Belair number 9, and at number 10 we kind of still felt decisive about Molly Holly and Paige, just because just of who they were and what. So we decided we're going to go with a tie at number 10 with those two. So yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but it was a stalemate. So it was like, all right, this would be the best course. So again, Trish Stratus, Charlotte Flair, China, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Lita, Mickie James, Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon, Bianca Belair, and of course Molly and Paige. So that's
Lonnie says, I can tell you
women.
guys we're going by technical wrestlers instead of eye candy, which she is both. Yeah, and that was the initial thought, you know, and that was my thinking behind it. You know, I was going
off, it really was,
you know, off of actual wrestling ability, and not saying Trish didn't have wrestling because she did, but that was the basis for the initial like okay, Trish, but then you can't disregard the impact she's had because again, you know, we talked about it off camera. If there was no Trish, if there was no Lita, if there was no China, excuse me, no Beth Phoenix, there wouldn't be a Sasha Banks or a Paige or these we have now. So with that being said, man, we had to give Trish her due. Number 1, I love Trish. You know what I'm saying? Has had a crush on Trish Stratus. You know what I'm saying? That being said, target in the corner. He says, "You guys did a tie." Oh man, that's like a roll up on the event. Match of Raw.
Hey man, look, it's it's WWE, okay? It's WWE, man. We gotta give you a little bit of shenanigans. Come on now.
All right, but with that being said, so we got the women out the way. We had to, you know, right or wrong, we had to rectify a situation. With that being said, we are now on to the men. From 1988 to 2022. Again, guys, again, you know, there was a lot of consideration for this. It's a whole bunch to choose from. So we had to do what we had to do. Of course, there's going to be some people that's going to probably be left out. I guarantee you there's going to be some people you're like, really? Why did you choose them? We're going to do our best. Again, this is personal preference. We did not go over these together. He took his era, I took my era, and now we got to try to do a hodgepodge of the two and put them together and get a top 10. So somebody's gonna be unhappy, but it is what it is. Too cold. With no further ado, I pass it to you. What's your top
10? All right, man. My number 10. Let's start with number 10. Let's go with number 10.
Number 10.
I had a couple of honorable mentions. I want to get some of them out the way. Okay. One was JERCHO. Another one, I had KANE and Big Show. You hear me?
You fade just a little tiny bit.
Hold on.
All right, so while we wait on him to log back on, I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to chill. We got Lonnie. Lonnie said he about to restart his phone. Cool, you do that. Joe, I know you're going to be rocking with us. Definitely give us your top 10 tag teams from 1988 through 2022. Curious to hear that as we wait for Too Cold to hop back on the live stream right now as he is having some technical difficulty. And here he is. He is back. All right. The floor is yours.
So, you know, okay, so I had some honorable mentions. You know, I had JERCHO. You know, I got the Smoking Guns. You know, I got Money Inc. You know, I want to, you know, KANE and Big Show was kind of a nice little cool tag team. I mean, they had you know, they were right, but you know, it wasn't nothing too crazy. Let me mark these also. I don't know, because I don't want to repeat nobody's names. I wanted to put the Nasty Boys.
The Nasty Boys.
I wanted to put them in my top 10. But and I like the Nasty Boys. They were cool, but and they had a nice run. And you know, they were really they really weren't too many teams that really go toe to toe with the likes of Demolition and the Road Warriors and the Heart Foundation and whatsoever. And I it's like I almost can't mention some of them other ones without the Nasty Boys to a degree,
Right.
but I can only put so many people in this list. I only got so many. So the Nasty Boys is an honorable mention. Another team that honorable mention is Money Inc. I love to hate Ted DiBiase. And then when he had IRS with him, it was just I hated those guys because they were the heels. You always hated the heels, and but they were a great tag team. They worked really well together, and you know they were a featured tag team. Their star power was good, but they put on good matches. They had a nice little title reign. They did some stuff, but you know they were kind of more of a, you know, they were kind of like Kane and Big Show and Jericho. You know, they were single guys who were doing something else that just got lumped together and made a tag team out of it. I kind of wanted to stay more grounded to true tag teams. I mean, I do have a few, you know, makeshifts, but I still wanted to try to kind of stay, you know, true to
Hey, Lickman, the LCJ says Money got to be up there somewhere.
Well, they're honorable mentions, so they not make. I wanted to put Eminem up there. I wouldn't have mind putting Eminem up there.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna put them as honorable mention. Look. Eminem had their thing, man. They were
that intro alone with Melina and the belts, and oh my god,
look,
iconic.
Man. They were Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys mixed. I don't know how, you know, that worked for them, but it worked for them. And like you said with Melina, it just added an extra spice. But they were an honorable
belts, boy.
They were an honorable mention. Like I said, the Smoking Guns, honorable mention. But I gotta name a top 10 here, man. I gotta name a top 10 here. So my top 10, and I gotta be honest, for me, one of the toughest teams, one of the teams that had one of the longest title reigns until the New Day beat it. And just on the sheer star power of Davey Boy Smith alone, you know, these guys were really, they were up there, man. So I gotta go to British Bulldogs.
Okay.
As my number 10. The British Bulldogs as my number 10.
Okay.
Who you got, man? Who you got?
As my number 10, I got Legacy. You got Ted DiBiase, Randy Orton, Cody.
Ooh, you gonna have that. Ooh, I ain't worried about them. I ain't worried about them, man.
That's my number. Oh, wait. Sorry. My honorable mentions: the Nexus, Heart Dynasty, Legado, Del Fantasma, Team Hell No. And I'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah. All right.
There we go.
Who-wee, man. Who-wee. All right, man. Number 9, man. Number 9. Look. Another team.
It's getting tough for you.
It is getting tough for me, man. It is getting tough for me.
My number 9 official like a referee whistle. I can't wait to tell y'all my number 9.
Man, look, I told you I had my first 6 to 7. It was those last 3 that was really bothering me. I went with the British Bulldogs because of, you know, of what they accomplished and what they did and you know whatnot. But my number 9 is definitely a head scratcher. But I like this team. I like the energy that they brought. They were something different. They were young, and they were good. They were really good, man. And I gotta go with Paul London and Brian Kendrick, man. I gotta show some love to the. I like them, man. Like they reminded me of not so much of rockers, but they were. But it was kind of like the Rockers. Like I was a huge fan of the Rockers. Like I was a huge Rockers fan. So Paul London and Brian Kendrick, I don't know, man. they was just all over the place. And that's that
Yeah,
cruiserweight kind of
yeah,
style that I
yeah.
love, man. So as a tag, hey, they were one of those tag teams where
Back
they
my
had a
boy was
nice
known
run.
as Spanky.
Man, hey, they battled a lot of good teams. They had a nice, what I think, 200, almost 300-day reign.
Man,
Like
Hardy and
they
Stanley Moore.
right, like man, like so Brian Kendrick and Paul London, man, they definitely you know, for two guys that you wouldn't have thought would have had that type of reign and win
Yeah,
against the type of teams of Los Guerreros and the world greatest tag team and all those, like, man, you wouldn't have thought that they would have won and put on great and look great. And they were a fan favorite. They were over with the crowd, man. They were somebody people wanted to see week in and week out. Uh I yeah, hey, I wanted to show some love, man, to the younger group. I want to be fair. I wanted to grab some old guys, but man, I've seen some things evolve, and I want to grab some young folks. So I'm gonna grab Paul and Kendrick as my number 9.
All right, my number 9, man, is of course that boy, the Sicilian psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa. That boy, Cleveland Johnny Gargano, Mr. Johnny Wrestling, DIY. That's my number 9, and I'm gonna tell you why they my number 9. All right, so you know it's easy to pick from the main roster to a degree, but then I had to incorporate, you know what I'm saying, some historical NXT tag teams as well. And so I had to go with DIY. Now, although they technically only have one tag team title reign, just the story between these two alone, like they had many great feuds, man. And my thing is, when I look at what they did together and what they did apart, I feel like, to me, DIY, the only thing that's holding them back is the number of reigns. Because when you look at some of the matches they had, they've had classic matches as a tag team.
I think it's more than that. I think it's more than that. Not only that, man. Not only did it not that. If you was to say the Revival or the Street Profits or somebody who actually went from NXT to the main roster and won tag team gold on the main roster, I
Yeah.
would be okay with your pick. I don't agree with DIY even being up there because of that. They were a great tag team and they had a nice story, but their rivalry trumps their tag team. And and in a way,
But the thing, here's my
yeah,
here's my
I so
justification,
want to know
man.
the rest of your list because I'm wondering, like, man, if you put them at number
Oh
9,
yeah.
but I know who they were fighting. I know who they were fighting against. I don't know if they should even make the list. So that one right there, I get what you're saying, but ooh, that man, I thought I was gonna struggle, man. Ooh, okay, but I respect it. You
But
DIY, that's your number 9. I got you.
but it's
They ain't winning over them against my team, but I got you. I got you.
but what I did was is my number 9 was interchangeable with 3 teams. DIY is my official, right?
Mm.
But my other 2 that it's funny because you just said it. The Street Profits was another one. That was my second one. And then I also, for NXT again, I had the War Raiders, the Viking Raiders.
So there's a possibility that you took off 2 Triple Crown renters for them.
Interchangeable.
Oh, Leo,
Interchangeable.
get your boy. Leo, come get your
Interchangeable.
boy, man. Hey,
Interchangeable.
oh wow. Okay. Wow.
Interchangeable.
I don't know if I would, but to be honest, to be fair, I don't know if I would put Viking Raiders, Street Profits, yeah, maybe. But I don't know if I would put Viking Raiders top 10 anyway. Yeah, I know there was some tag teams between. I know there was a couple of guys. Yeah, I want to hear the rest of your list. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead. All right, yeah, DIY. DIY is your number 9.
Mean Girl Hockey
Okay.
said LOD, best tag team
Mean
ever.
girl, what's happening? Don't you worry, mama. Don't you worry. I got you. I
Joe
got you.
says the natural
Uh,
disasters.
they were good too. They're honorable mentions. They're honorable mentions. For me, we only went back so far. All right. So British Bulldogs, Paul London, Brian Kendrick. That's what I went with. My number 8. See, this is where my last. This is where
No.
this is my last struggle pick. This was the last struggle one for me because I'm kind of stuck between 3 teams. Like you, I got 3 interchangeable teams, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just tell you who they are. Okay, one is Los Guerreros.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is the world's greatest tag team of Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas,
Mm-hmm.
Miz and Morrison. I'm
Mm.
stuck because it's like I know what Miz and Morrison did. They took something and really became something with what they did. They had great success as tag team championship. Oh, don't worry, mom. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. Uh, the world's greatest tag team. They were really a great tag team. They were another 2 young upstarts who really took to the tutelage of Kurt Angle. And like
Yeah.
them coming in and being a part of Team Angle, he's the world champion, they're the tag team champion, and they're putting on a wrestling clinic. You watch these 2 boys come in and they just out wrestling everybody, but they're wrestling this is when the SmackDown 6 was going on. This is when everything was just going in, good for SmackDown. And SmackDown was becoming that show. And they were a main staple of that show and the people that they were going up against. So I wanted to put them up there. But how can I not put lying, cheating, and stealing in my top 10? I mean, come on, man. It's Eddie Guerrero. It's Chavo, baby. They didn't won tag team
Latino
championships.
Heat.
It's Latino. There is no act during that time that was as good as those 2. Chavo and Eddie lying and cheating and stealing. Man, that was a way of life. Lying, you ain't lying, cheating, and stealing, you ain't living. Like that was a thing, man. It was really up there. Now you can say, well, man, I'm torn. I don't know who. But I don't want to waste time. We already 23 minutes in. I don't want to waste too much time. So my number 18 that I went with, and you can say what it is. You can say whatever it is, but I went with Miz and Morrison. I I had to go. I
Oh,
went with Miz and
hey,
Morrison.
your ass is grass. I'm about to
Man,
smoke it.
hey, I went with Miz and Morrison. Like they had a nice run. I
Hey,
wanted to do Los
was
Guerreros.
he doing this?
Man, no, I wasn't doing that. I hated that. I hated when the Miz did that, dude. I hated that. I like,
Oh,
I hated that, man. I wanted to do Los Guerreros. I mean, you know what? Bump that. I can't. No, I'm not making no mistakes. You know what? Number 8, Los Guerreros. Bump that. I'm going with the Los Guerreros. I like the world's greatest tag team. Honestly, I probably would choose them, but and they were good for the run that they had, but I wish that it would have been a really lot longer for them. Miz and Morrison had a nice run. They really did become a lot popular and were really one of the top acts in the company. So it's not like it was a bad pick to go with them. But Los Guerreros, man, because they were something different just altogether, and just what they did. Eddie Guerrero and Chavo were all over SmackDown. They were all over doing the things that they were doing. So I went with them. But like I said, that 8 through 10 for me, that was hard because it was like I honestly I probably flipped the 8 through 10 that I named, but yeah, man, that was really hard. But the rest of my list, oh, it's not no issue. Oh, it's not no issue. It
oh,
is what it is. I say what I
don't
say,
worry.
and I
Don't
stand by
worry.
what I stand by.
Don't worry.
There is no mistakes from my 7 to 1. There is no mistakes. I
Well,
name who I name.
well, I'm glad you feel that way because, yeah, mine's is pretty immaculate, if I do say so myself. And I ain't talking about the people that ain't. All right,
Okay,
so
okay.
my number 8 is the Wyatt family. Gotta put the Wyatt family as the number 8. Gotta put the Wyatt family. I mean, come on, 2-time NXT I mean, excuse me. They 2-time tag champ, 1-time NXT, 1-time SmackDown. Now they didn't
You talking
have
about Harper and Rowan?
Harper Rowan. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they were the one
Okay.
time in NXT. Then of course, on the main roster, technically it was Bray and Randy, not the other three, but Randy was part of the Wyatt family for that split second. Which count it, don't count it, whatever. But as a group, man, the Wyatt family, they came along in a time where WWE, the main roster, was going through that tag team renaissance. We talk about the New Day, we talk about the Usos, we talk about the Shield, but you can't talk about the rebirth of the main roster tag team division without including the Wyatt family, because the Wyatt family were a staple in that division. Now, they might not have as many tag team championships as the other group, but when you look at the impact they've had, especially under the tutelage of Bray Wyatt, and then look how Harper and Rowan, they came into their own under Bray Wyatt. It got to a point to where they were up here having banger-ass matches, and they ended up forming their own group without Wyatt, and still went on to be one of the best tag teams at that time before, the company just decided to do whatever they did with it. So with that being said, I got to give the Wyatt family their flowers, man. So I got the Wyatts as my number 8.
Okay. All right.
Now,
okay.
Just so y'all know, that was our back end. Now, again, for those who were wondering, franchise, a Wyatt family at number 8. They ain't the number 8 of all time. You just got to understand, we had to split it in between 2 categories. He has 88 through 2010. I got 2011 through 2022. So you got to remember, I'm looking at this from the back end. So when we come together, it's gonna all make it a little bit more sense. So I don't want y'all thinking like, damn, man, because I see Mean Girl, she said the Harlem Heat. Come on, we ain't got the Wyatt family over the Harlem Heat.
We stuck to, for right now, it's just WWE. We want to continue to do this, but we want to give everybody their each respect, and we want to kind of
we got WCW, ECW,
right. But right now, we want to just stick with WWE. I wish Harlem Heat did actually come to WWE and do something. I would definitely would have put Harlem Heat. All Harlem Heat would have had to have done was at least walk in and win the championship once. That's it. Win it once, and I'm putting them on this list just on the simple fact that they were in WWE and they won the WWE championship. That alone would have put them on my list. I wouldn't have gave a shit. So it's just, hey, that's Harlem Heat, man. That's Booker T, man. Nah, it's Stevie Ray. Nah, bro. Trust me, Mama. I feel you. But for this one, we wanted it because it's so many. There's a lot of tag teams, man. I mean, there's so many. I can name, the Good Brothers. I can name the Briscoes. I can name. There's so many teams that are not the Young Bucks. There's teams that's not in WWE that haven't never gotten here. That
are actually probably even better than the teams we named.
Maybe than a handful of them, but we wanted to. I mean, it was enough. It's already big enough with just naming the WWE top, 10 that we feel is, to compare to from our eras and whatnot. But yeah, to do everybody, that's a bit much. That's something we want to save for a later show. Well, we right now we just hitting WWE. It's got the most longevity. Maybe we'll look at TNA and see maybe we can do something. I don't know if we can do something as extensive, but WWE right now is it's the most extensive that we can do for right now. But we ain't done, so we're gonna do more. All right, man. Number 7. Now, this team is this team because, to me, honestly, I give them the respect for what they did in WWE, and the title reign that they had, but they were always the ripoffs of the Legion of Doom. No matter what anybody want to say, they were always the ripoffs of them, but they would whoop your ass. And they held the tag team championships for a long time. So my number 7, and yeah, you can say maybe because I'm using that as an excuse, but it kind of is. But I respect what they did, that I'm putting them in my top 10, and Demolition is my number 7.
Okay.
They fought everybody at that time, and they beat everybody except for the Royals. Well, they beat them, but they was later on.
Well, speaking of demolition, I got one for you. You know, from the 2010s through the 2022. My number 7 is the Undisputed Era, baby. You know, we got the 3-time NXT Tag Team Champions. Literally, man, Undisputed Era, they ran through everybody. And then you had a point to where you had them holding the Tag Team gold while Adam Cole was the face of the black and gold brand as the NXT Tag Team Champion doing his thing. What's up? What's up?
Nope. I almost want to pull some rules out on your ass, but I think I'm gonna have to let this one slide because it's man. I don't know if I want. Okay, if you would have said Kyle O'Reilly or Fish, I'd have just left it with those two because I've seen enough of those two to know that they were the tag team of the Undisputed Era. If you say, but you said Adam Cole and everybody else. I was hoping you were just going to say just Kyle O'Reilly and Fish.
I'm even leaving Roddy Strong out of it.
Okay.
Roddy Strong don't count. Roddy Strong to me was just somebody they just kind of threw in there just to make it 4 instead of 3. Roddy Strong, I don't really consider him undisputed. I'm looking at strictly.
I mean, he had a nice run.
I mean, he was, but when I think about like the tag team, the true tag team, it's Kyle O'Reilly and this Bobby Fish, not Roddy Strong. But I was just saying, as a collective, you add that in, and then because I know during the first title reign, they were doing the Freebird rule, where all 3 kind of were like whatever. And then after the next couple reigns, it was like, okay, look, it's clear. Adam Cole is the face of the group. He's the NXT champion. We're gonna let these two do the tag team thing. So I got to give Undisputed Era their due. They come in at number 7, and again, you got to remember, man, I'm also factoring in NXT as well. So I know I took a main roster spot for somebody, but NXT for the last few years up until the 2.0 revamp, NXT was really the brand people wanted to see, even above Raw and SmackDown. So I got to give NXT their just doing. With that being said, man, I got to put the UE Undisputed Era, one of the best tag teams at that time. Hell, even one of the best tag teams in WWE when you think about it. So, got to give UE that one.
Okay, real quick, before I go to my number 6, what was your number 10?
My number 10, Legacy.
Which, I still got a question on that one. Okay, Legacy. And your number 9?
Number 9, it was interchangeable between DIY, the Street Profits, and the Viking Raiders.
But you chose DIY.
On paper, yeah.
Yeah, and then your number 8.
Number 8, Wyatt family.
Wyatt, that's what it was. It was Wyatt.
Earl says his top 10 backwards is the British Bulldog, Owen Hart, Wyatt, Miz and Morrison, Edge and Christian so far.
All right, so Legacy, DIY, Wyatt, UE. Whoo, I hope your top 5 is better than your bottom. Man, I hope your top 5 is better than your bottom, man.
Hey, my top 6 about to give you a run for the money. Like I just kind of had to fill in like the back half, like whatever. But no, my top 6 gonna give you a run for your money. Trust me, I ain't worried about it. My top 6 about to put a Curry in the fourth quarter.
Okay. All right. Well.
I'm playoff Braun right now. Put the mask.
You play playoff
Braun. Playoff Braun. Regular season Braun can't hit shit in the fourth quarter, but playoff Braun make everything.
Playoff Braun makes it everything. All right, man. Well, playoff Braun. Let me go ahead to my number 6. My number six was a tag team that stood out during one of the greatest eras of wrestling. Quite frankly, which is the Attitude Era. Stone Cold, and The Rock, and DX, and Undertaker, and Kane, and Mankind, and then you had the likes of Jeff Jarrett. You had Hardcore Holly. You had Ivory, and you had Val Venus, and then the Godfather and all his hoes. Man, you had Al Snow, and you had Steve Blackman. Ken Shamrock, and man, you just had so many people. But a team that I'm going to name, man, is a team that stood out and was definitely one of the hottest tag teams in the company. They were a 5-time. They had 2 different title runs. But their main title run, they were 5-time tag team champions. And if you don't know, you better go call somebody. All right, because Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg, the New Age Outlaws.
Outlaws.
New Age Outlaws,
New
okay?
Age Outlaws.
I'm just telling you, man, the New Age
Ooh,
Outlaws was
hey,
something
hey,
else,
hey,
boy.
hey, hey,
Hey,
they
the
got.
New Age Outlaws was something else.
I'm gonna
They
tell
was
you though,
something else.
I'm gonna let you know right now. The New Age Outlaws got some company coming up real soon.
They got some company coming up real soon. All right,
Company
well,
coming.
look here, man. I don't know, man, how you can mess with DX. I don't know how you can mess with DX, but
Oh, hold on, wait.
you know,
Okay, wait. Okay.
because my DX is better than your legacy and anything
No.
that you
Oh,
put over.
okay. So I guess I'll tell you now. See, you got the New Age Outlaws DX. I had DX too, but I got Michaels and Triple H version of DX.
See, you got the watered down DX. See, that's the PG DX. You ain't
I
got the. I
know,
got the rated. I
I
got the
know,
rated
I
R. I
know,
got the
I
rated
know.
R DX. You
You
got
know,
that. You
you
got
know,
that PG-13 DX.
you know, it's crazy. I'm mad because I wanted to use the original DX, but I couldn't because that was in your time period.
Fuck you. In my time period, but no, but yeah, you got that. Yeah, you got that PG. Yeah, you got that watered
All right,
down
so you know
DX.
what? So you know what? Okay, because I wasn't sure if you're gonna choose that DX. Okay, I want to switch out my version of DX.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do is I want to swap one of my honorable mentions.
You better make it a good one, because
Yeah,
whoever your honorable mention is,
yeah.
they damn sure better be better than, well, yeah, they better be better than everybody you named up here.
So my honorable mention for the number 7 spot. I'm actually gonna switch this one
Six,
out.
6.
6 spot.
Oh, well, we're at number 6. You are you switching 2 spots? What you doing?
No. Yeah. So DX was currently on my number 4, but like I said, I couldn't take the original DX, so I had to get the bootleg DX. So we're gonna cross them out, and I'm gonna swap my number 6 to the number 4, and I'm gonna drop an honorable mention in at number 6. My honorable mention at number 6 is gonna be Team Hell No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to make a way. I had to make a way.
Okay.
So
I'll give you a little credit for Team Hell No. They were oh my God, Team Hell No was definitely that shit was more over than it should have ever been.
yeah,
That it should have
yeah,
never been that fucking over. Like it never. I'll give you that one. Team Hell No should have never been that good. That should have been done and over with soon. But somehow it just went on, and people were eating it up, and they were just we fell into that. We've just fell into that trap of that team. I'll give you that one. All right, you finally made a good choice. At least I think. I mean,
hey,
UE's cool, but you find to
hey,
me, because I did the rest of your bottom half, man. Ooh man, I really. Ooh man, your bottom half.
don't worry. I'm not worried about the bottom half because my top 5 though. Oh, my top 5 is it. So I'm ready. Matter of fact, I'm so confident in my top 5. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give you my 5th pick first. I'm gonna give you the bar.
The
I'm gonna give you
bar.
the bar.
The bar. I respect to the bar. You know, respect to the bar. I give you I respect to the bar, but man, that's your number 5. Man, dude. Do you understand? I could just name one of these teams and they put the bar to shame.
Do you
like,
hey,
this is where the confidence and the cockiness of the king is gonna show today, baby. I mean, I'm just gonna let the rain, baby. On it is what it is, man. But I just like, dude, I can just there are just three. I can cut the shit, but I'm just saying. I could just say one of these three names, and it's like, you ain't really got much to say. So I'm thinking I'm hitting you lightly. I'm gonna hit you lightly with the number 5. Since you went first and you got the bar, I'm gonna put the team that I think best match up with the bar. I'm gonna give you the Dudley Boys.
Woo! Damn, not Team 3D though.
I ain't got to say nothing else.
Whew. Okay.
ECW champions,
Okay.
WCW champions, WWE champions.
Okay. What I think 17
They beat.
time champions, I
I
believe.
mean, no, overall, they like a 24, 25 tag team
I'm
champion. They
crazy.
won. They finally left WWE and went and won all the tag team championships in Ring of Honor and New Japan and TNA and all that stuff. But overall, yeah. But we sticking to WWE. We know what they did in WWE. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You want to throw the bar? I gotta give somebody that I gotta have confidence that they can go out there and match what the bar do. I can't. How can I say I don't have confidence in the Dudley Boys? I could probably put them higher. I could have named another team, but the Dudley Boys is really they top 5 to me regardless. Don't matter where you put them.
All right. So that was your fifth. All
Mm-hmm.
right, man. So at number 4, I got the Revival. I got 7-star FTR.
7-star FTR. My God, man. See, you're kind of throwing me off because I didn't think I would put these boys where I was going to put them. But, man, you got FTR. Ah, man, I need to win this match. I need a team that I know that can counter what this team could do. I got to say Edge and Christian. I mean, what else am I to say but Edge and Christian, man? Because who knows how to play that devil's advocate of heel tag team than the 12-time tag team champions themselves. Like, well, no, I'm sorry, the 7-time because they don't have the most tag team. The 7-time, but Edge and Christian, hey, why not? Yeah, why not Edge and Christian?
Okay.
Why not? Why not them guys? Why not them, man? Going up against the Revival? Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
All right, number 3.
Well, what's up?
You got the Shield. It's number 3.
John
Moxley. Oh, excuse me, Dean Ambrose.
No. The tag team was Seth and Roman.
That is true.
The tag team was Seth. The tag team was Seth and Roman because
Dean was doing his own thing.
He was the United States champion. Yeah, the tag team was Seth and Roman. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna Shield at 3.
Shield at 3. Well, I can't put this team over my other 2 teams because they were just my other 2 teams. So I gotta say the Hardy Boys. And to be truthfully honest,
Earl called the Hardys at number 4. Who you got him at number 3?
I got him at number 3, but honestly, I could switch that because I can actually put them at number 4. I actually agree with Earl. I could put them at number 4, and I can really put the Edge and Christian at number 3. I felt like they were, they had the biggest wins. They all these three teams were doing the damn thing together. But when you look at it, who came out on top most of the time? It was Edge and Christian. Not to say that the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys wasn't a great match and they didn't win against each other and they did great things, or vice versa, or them against Edge and Christian. But when it was all 3 of them and they were all battling each other, doing whatever it is they were doing, they all won. They all beat each other.
Yeah.
But in the end, Edge and Christian really were the better team. So I'll say truthfully to really make it official, the Hardy Boys are number 4. Edge and Christian is number 3 for me.
It's number 3, Edge and Christian, and number 3 for you. Number 3 is the Shield for me. All right, man. Number 2, we got the Samoan Dynasty. We got the Usos. And it's funny because normally it's y'all the 2s, we the 1s, but technically in this one, they the 2s. So I got the Usos at number 2 right now, man.
Who was your number 4 again?
Number 4, Revival.
Revival. All right, Revival. Let me write it down. And damn, who's your number 5? Oh, you said the bar. The
The
bar.
Bar. Yep.
All right. I just wanted to keep up. Okay, you say the Usos. Ooh,
We got
Uso. Ooh,
we
the
got we
Usos.
got Oos with the juice.
Oh, the Us with the juice. Us with the juice. Well, you got the Usos. Well, I'm gonna have to take the Usos. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna just have to take the Usos to the dungeon and just
Mm.
and just them boys better hope they survive
Yeah.
because the
Okay.
Heart Foundation is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just that's just my number, my top two. Again, I said what I said. It is what it is. Uh, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. There's a lot of teams. I liked a lot of teams, but man, the teams that really just yeah, them. Yeah, I would put the Rockers on here. They're an honorable mention, but they that didn't last long. That
Yeah.
you could kind of see that wasn't really gonna go much further. But my number two team, without a shadow of a doubt, man, Bret the Hitman Hart and the Jim Anvil Knight Hart. Yeah, man. Earl got Legion of Doom at
OG.
number 2. Well, Earl,
OG.
man, we gonna get to this number 1, man, because I definitely want to hear who his number 1 is, because
All right. Some
I think we all know who my number 1 is.
number 1, of course, from 2011 through 2022. Right now,
Hmm.
you got the winningest tag team in modern history, man. You got the 11-time champs. You got the New Day. 2 of the 3 also are within the last 5 years world champions as well. Over a combined 1,000 day as champions, so you can't forget that. Let's see what else we got, man. They had the longest active tag team title reign for a male, 483 days, 7 SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So hey,
They
got to
beat
give
they beat out the British Bulldog, or was it the Demolition? It was either British Bulldogs or Demolition. One of them had the longest time reign, but they
and
beat them out,
And
and yeah.
and then too, just to sprinkle a little potpourri on this shit, you know what I'm saying, real quick. You gotta think about where they came from. You got Kofi Kingston, who he had a little tiny feud with Randy Orton, but his claim to fame was his tag team run with Evan Bourne when they were airborne. After that, he was in obscurity. You had Big E, formerly known as Big E Langston. His big breakers when he was the heavy for Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee back when Dolph was the world champion. But other than that, man, Xavier Woods, he really wasn't doing shit. He was consequential Chris Creed and TNA. But other than that, that didn't really fucking matter. And you took 3 people who weren't doing shit, who were all on the verge of getting cut. They came together, which was supposed to be a damn joke, ended up becoming accidentally one of the funniest damn groups, and therefore they got more TV time, became
It
faces.
took a minute. It
It,
took a
it did
minute.
take a minute. It did take a minute
It
because the
took a minute.
crowd was booing the shit out of them, But Big E and the New Day, they got that. What we say? We tiptoe on the line, and the
They,
jokes
they
and the
got
shit.
that heel heat, but they got
Yeah,
that heel heat.
and the
People
shit that
booed
they
it
were
right.
saying was so ignorant but so funny, you had to laugh at it. And then eventually, Vince pulled the trigger, made them faces, and bam. And we talk about, I forgot who it was earlier. I think it was maybe DIY you had talked about, maybe Undisputed Era, where you were like, who do they face? When you look at the teams they face. And now at the New Day and the Usos are 2 teams. No matter how many times they fight each other, the rivalry never gets old. One thing for certain.
Strangely, like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
like, damn, okay, I do
yeah.
want to see something else, but shit, at least I know I'm gonna get a competitive match. Like
And that's
it's like it's
crazy
like,
part. Like,
damn, but
if
at
you
least I know
want
it's
to
gonna be
have a
good.
tag, if you want to have a tag team match, and you want to have a good tag team match, if
Mhm.
you are told the Usos or the New Day are going to be in this match, you wouldn't be mad if the Usos win or if the New Day win, and you wouldn't be mad if they lose because it's going to be a good match. And so damn good the New Day are that they're 11-time champs. I think they can make it to 20 and people still won't get mad because they ain't going to hold the title that long for you to get bored of.
No, no, they don't. They get to 20. That's
Obviously,
no.
I'm talking shit, but I'm,
I
I'm
no, they already broke the record, and no tag team really should have that many in one company. But we understand how that worked out. But
yeah, yeah.
they had some teams to fight, you know, and go up against, and you know, they did the damn thing. They had competitive matches. Like you didn't, they could you. That's the one thing about the New Day matches. You can't say they ever had really too many bad matches. They always seem to have good matches with a lot of the people that they wrestled against. Uh, Even if they were using the tricks of the, you know, the 3-man team, but to their advantage. But still, that's what made them great heels, and then what made them great heels is what made them great face. So you know, that's I respect that, man. I respect the New Day as your number one. All right, but with that being said, man, my number one.
Hawk and Animal.
Man, you fucking know it. Dude, the
LOD.
Road Warriors, man, the LOD,
LOD.
baby, the Legion of Doom, baby. The only
You had the
man, I
spikes on your
mean,
shoulder pads too.
oh, what a rush! I mean, come on, man, everybody ready for the fight. It's on. I put them up against anybody you got. You can name anybody from your top 10. I will put the Road Warriors up against all of them and watch them smash through them all. Through them all. I ain't gotta say nothing else. Earl got Heart Foundation. I have Heart Foundation number 2. But the Road Warriors, man, it was the Road Warriors for me. Heavy machine, hell, not heavy machinery.
Oh,
That's the disrespectful mentions. They didn't even win the tag team championships.
hell
Otis
no.
had the briefcase, and he could have cashed it in and became the first Money in the Bank to cash in for a different championship. That actually would have been cool. I'm getting off track. But that actually would have been cool. I actually would have been okay if Otis would have won the Money in the Bank. And he'd have been like, you know what? Tucky, man, you my guy, man. Let's go get this opportunity. And they go out there and they win and they cash in. Like that would have been different. Like, and then see them win the tag team because it wasn't like they weren't a group people wanted to see do more, and they were popular, like they were over. People wanted to see them, so that could have been a really cool thing for them, and that really could have did something. I'm not saying it would have been the greatest thing, but it could have been something. We don't know, but that was such a missed opportunity, man. That with that, yeah, but no, man. Yeah, man. Road Warriors, man. That's my top 10. That's your top 10 now. Man, we got the hard part now. Well, not really. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I don't think we got a hard part.
Nah,
Because
we really don't. We really don't.
because I feel like you only really got a good 5 that's really gonna make this list.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to be so.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, the last 10 years ain't been shit, but the New Day, the Shield, the Wyatts, and the fucking Usos. That's really been it. And then really the last 5 years of that really just been the Usos and the New Day. So yeah, nah, you right. I know.
Okay. I respect the fuck out of you. I respect the fuck out of you. You my dude. You my dude. All right, man. So let's go number 10 overall, man. Let's put
Bro,
this
don't even
thing
bring
out
up
here,
Legacy,
man.
bro. We already know Legacy, man.
No. What I'm gonna do is I wanna be fair. I wanna because there are like UE. I mean, you did name a few that really made a name for themselves, had a nice run. You know, they were impactful. They put on good matches. You know, you can kind of check the boxes on a few things of what they were as a tag team. Yeah, I gotta be kind of fair to you, man, because unfortunately, this was tag team wrestling in this time of what we're watching now. You get
Yeah.
more guys coming together to make tag teams. So now it's looking at you have to look at it like, well, who came together to become a good tag team. So I gotta look at a team like hell no, because they were successful. They were over. The crowd were yes and no, yes, no, yes, no. They interacted. They did they did any and everything, and the people ate it up. So I can't disregard teams like that. So I want to be fair. You know, we you know you didn't put a half-ass list together, man. You did what you could with what you had. Shit, hell, I know I feel like I made a couple of mistakes, but there's certain ones I'm just sticking with because it is what it is. Fortunately for me, it is what it is. But uh, like I look at a team like DIY, like they were really a really great tag team. Like they definitely, you know, they came in together. They had their ups and downs, but they were that team you rooted for. You wanted to see them win. The British Bulldogs were a team that no one really thought was going to be what they were, but they became a fan favorite. They dominated the tag team division. You know, they did the damn thing, and they were a household name. Um, so it's like I see where it's like, all right, well, I can't put everybody I got at number 10. I should I got to compare somebody with somebody on your list. So I won't look at legacy, but I will look at DIY. I will look at the Wyatt family. So those three, which you want to go? How you want to what you want to do? How you feel? Because give me your honest opinion, man. Do you feel like one of them could have been?
I wanted DIY on the strength of NXT, but I didn't think about it. I can still get my NXT fix in and still rock with it. I want to switch them out for the Profits, Street Profits.
Who, DIY?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, shit. That changes everything. Fuck. Hell, I'll give you Street Profits number 10. Shit, I give you that. I give you that one. Man, dude, man, look, they're up and coming tag team. They've dominated. It hasn't just been Montez Ford. It's been Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Those two work together as well as peanut butter and jelly. They've come in. They have won all the gold. Like, and they are still one of the hottest acts in the company today. They have definitely proven and shown they are main eventers. They are big time. Yeah, we can look at Montez Ford and say he's going to have a great singles run, but as a tag team, the Street Profits have shown up and put on great matches and have won. And man, the British Bulldogs were good, but if I had to check a few boxes on a thing, I would kind of give star power a little bit more of an edge to the Profits. So we can go Street Profits in number 10 if you're good with that.
Let's get it.
All right, man. All right, bet. All right. Number 9, man. Number 9. So I had Brian Kendrick and Paul London. How you feel about the Wyatt family, man? You want to rock with them? You feel like they were better? What's your argument, man? Like, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm winning this. Like, even though.
No, so let's be honest. So when I'm looking at what I got going on right now, see, it's weird, man. It's weird because, like I say, up until 2015, WWE really didn't give a fuck about the tag team division for a minute. So when you look at it, I'm working on 7 years now. I'll take that. But it's kind of like when you look at the majority of the focus out of those 7 years, outside of the Shield, it's been 2 teams. So you know, I had to look outside of those two. So I'm gonna stick with the Wyatts. And who you got for your pick?
Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I like the Wyatts for their time frame. I like them for who they were in that time frame. But if I'm also being honest, I was a huge fan of Paul London and Brian Kendrick. Now, also again for their time frame, but they were something so different. Like, because back then, even though you had the cruiserweight division, WWE was still on that big man shit, right? The cruiserweight division was like a circus act. The tag team division was that one spot where you kind of see the interminglings between the bigger guys and the smaller guys on a consistent basis. And with that being said, because Brian Kendrick and Paul London were so different than most of the other people on the roster outside of a Rey Mysterio and the Tajiri and things like that, I'm going to go ahead, man. I'm going to give it to Paul London and Brian Kendrick on the humble.
All right. And remember, folks, we went from 80. I went from 88 to kind of like 88, 89 to 2010. So I even though yeah we can name some other tag teams, but uh, I had a variety of people that I had to go pick. It's like I gotta grab them, but I gotta grab them, but shit I gotta grab them. So it's
It's like,
like
hey man, it's like trying to play
it
pickup.
ain't
It's trying to like play pickup basketball, and you only got 13 spots, and you gotta try to play. You know, you gotta try to find 13 people out the entire NBA. I mean, granted, you got the household names, but there's some hidden gems in there too, and somebody gonna get missed. It just
right. It's like we not gonna get everybody, but we gotta get who we can. All right. So all right, Street Profit, Paul, and you know, we can argue switching later, but I like where we're going so far. All right, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Number 8, um, I got Los Guerreros.
Los Guerreros, who they going up against?
Uh, you said no on the Wyatt, so we at like UE, hell no, Bar Revival. Would you? Well, I'll go as far as UE, hell no, and the Bar.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Ain't nobody really fucking with ain't nobody who we got. One more time, who you got?
I got
Los
Los
Guerreros.
Guerreros.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm
Ain't nobody fucking with Los Guerreros. Ain't nobody fucking with Los Guerreros.
you
I
you ain't
mean,
got no you ain't got no argument for UE. I mean
not
it's
not
UE.
not against Los Guerreros. Not against Los Guerreros. Because I mean, Los Guerreros. I mean, UE. They dominated. They dominated. They did what they had to do on the NXT ranks. But there is nobody in NXT that I would equate to the caliber of the talent that the Los Guerreros were or who they had to face. Like there was nobody in UE, I mean in NXT at that time that they beat where I could be like, damn, you know, back in the day, you know, that would have been like XYZ versus the Los Guerreros. Like I can't justify like that. Again, UE and this is the issue with comparing eras, right? Because some
Yeah,
things are just uncomparable. Like, you know, that's like when people say like LeBron and Kobe. I mean, shit, LeBron is one of those guys who probably could play through any generation, or LeBron and Jordan. But back then, Jordan had to deal with handshakes. Jordan had to deal with more physical. You know, Jordan had to deal with a lot more dirtier game. This game is a lot more finesse, though. So it's kind of like,
yeah,
you know, the greatest of all time. Because if you look at it, you can say LeBron's the greatest of all time. Have a legit case. You say Jordan's the greatest of all. Hell, you say Kobe. So with this, it's like undisputed era. Yes, great tag team, really great. Top 10 tag team somewhere. I cannot justify them over Los Guerreros. And just off of Eddie
uh,
alone, not to mention Chavito. Like, come on now.
man. All right, man. Well, we it's really about to get hard now.
Yeah.
Because I did, yeah, I don't know. It's a couple of teams I'm looking at. I'm like, man, I don't know. I think I know the obvious, but I could be wrong, man. So I got Demolition, my number 17, man. I think you can beat them out. I'm not even gonna lie. It depends on who you. It depends on where you want to go. It depends on
Who,
where you want to go. I
who I
got
got?
Demolition. You,
Who I
I
have for
mean,
me?
you. All right, you threw out UE. So you got Hell No, New Day, well, the Bar, Revival, Shield, like
You know what?
I,
I'm gonna throw.
because yeah,
I'm gonna throw revival out.
shit, you gonna put the Revival?
I'm gonna put the revival out. And that's number
Mm,
7, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cause I'm thinking of some of the other teams you got, and I know as much as I love the revival, they're not beating out a couple of your top teams.
Yeah, Demolition. All right, number 7. Okay, Demolition. Uh, mm. Oh, I hope you get rid of the Bar because I would never put. Well, then no, actually, I would keep the Bar. That's a good pick. All right, number 6. I got the New Age Outlaws. I feel like what's your number 6? Because your number 6 was your number 6 was Team Hell No.
Yeah. So right now, Team Hell No, the Bar. Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it. Team Hell No was entertaining, but the bar was more accomplished. I got to throw the bar out there.
Throw the bar out there. All right. Well, you want the bar against I mean, it's the New Age Outlaws, man. I mean, you can't argue what they did for the time.
Well,
The
and that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these, like honestly, a lot of these teams are great for their era, but it's like a lot. Some of these you just can't justify them beating.
All right. So number 6 is the New Age Outlaws.
Yeah, hell yeah.
New Age Outlaws. All right, that's the modern era, folks. Modern era.
Modern.
We added a few. I grabbed a few of them. I ain't grabbed too many, but I grabbed a few of them. All right, man. Top five. Now this is where I know we get tricky here, because yeah, this is we might I ain't gonna lie, man, we might have to revisit this list. We ain't gonna revisit it, we gonna fix it. We gonna fix it right now. We gonna make sure it's a fix, because now we gotta eliminate a few teams. So because now I'm looking at what you got left. You got the Shield, you got the Usos, you got the New Day. Dude, I got the Dudleys, Hardys, Edge of Christian, Heart Foundation, and the Road Warriors. To be fair, I know two of your teams are top 5. Like, I can't even sit here and act like they don't belong on this list. I can't do it. Like, I can't do it. So this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna rectify this. Okay. We're gonna move. We're gonna ah all right. I don't want to take too long with this. We gotta get this right. All right. So our number 5, I got the Dudley Boys. You had you got the sheet. I feel like Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian. I mean, can we really? Damn. Talk to me, man. I need you. You gotta talk to me. I need the people. I need something. Talk to me.
All right. So what are we down to?
We down to the top 5 now,
No,
because
no, no. Number 5. Who was my number 5?
your number. I think you had the bar as your number 5, but you had already kind of eliminated some of your team. Once we started making a list, but
All right. And who do you have to choose from? You got Edge and Christian, the Hardys, the Dudleys.
Heart Foundation and the Road Warriors, man. Shit, dude. But I can't not say the Usos and the New Day ain't up in this list. So how about this, man? Let's revamp this real fast. I'm gonna eliminate the Street Profits and Brian Kendrick and Paul and Brian Kendrick. Okay, that's just let's not even do that. Let's say Los Guerreros is 10. Okay, just to make this official, because we want to finish this. We're already an hour and 10 in. Los Guerreros is number 10. Demolition is number 9. New Age Outlaws is number 8. So we're kind of reversing this a little bit, because we have to drop 2 teams, because there's no way there's no way I can't see one of these teams not making this list. So number 7, officially number 7, I'm gonna go Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys number 7. That's fair.
I'm gonna go Hardy Boys at number 7.
Hardy Boys at number.
I,
Okay. Then.
Hardy Boys at number 7.
Uh-huh.
Because they set a precedent. They did what they needed to. That it's the Hardy Boys, man. They were a over team. They were popular, but they also they didn't really have too many long title reigns, but they were so over. Like they were the Hardy Boys. They won, but their reigns weren't too long, but they had enough title wins. But I'm gonna go with them at number 7. At number 6, I'm gonna say the Shield. I think the Shield is they were a powerhouse. You got them as like your top three. It's like I feel like we gotta mention them, man. The Shield was a dominating force, man. They ransacked through any and everybody, and yeah. So let's say Shield is number 6, okay, and then our number five pick. Uh, I don't go with the Dudley Boys. I still feel like Dudley Boys is top 5 regardless. And then our number 4 pick will be number 4. Our number 4 pick will be the Usos.
Yeah.
Maybe move them up there. I mean, because I can't argue with that. All right, Usos, and then number 3, I gotta throw. I feel like I kind of messed up, but I'm not gonna change it now because I gotta go with it, man. Number 3, I can't not say them. They're my top 10, but they may not make the list, man. But I gotta say the New Day. No, I'm sorry. I'll give you the Heart Foundation. I'm gonna say the Heart Foundation is the number 3 team.
Number 3? Okay.
Number 3. I'm gonna say they're number 3 because I feel like the New Day, for what they have accomplished, what they are, they're the top tag team in like what they've accomplished. It's going to take a team a really really long time to really beat what they did. So
Right.
with New Day being number 2, I man, hell, I'll throw it to you, man. I'll give you, because I feel like it's the Road Warriors. I feel like just on GP of who they were and what they did
Right.
and how dominant they were during that era of wrestling, from the NWA to everywhere that they went, WWE and everywhere else. But I know we sticking just strictly to WWE, but they dominated in WWE. They were over in WWE. They beat the best in WWE. And they came and left, but every time they came back, they dominated and won and made their mark in the company. But just overall fanfare, you can never not love the Road Warriors at number 1. Legion of Doom.
Yeah, no, Legion of Doom is yeah, definitely put them at number 1 for sure. 'Cause
Hell yeah.
I mean, you can't dispute them.
I mean, no, you can. I mean, you can say we can battle championships and all of that, but I feel like if that's the case, then it would be New Day number 1 all the time. If it's wrestling or just you can name a few other teams, but to just try to kind of combine some of the eras of my time and yours, this is our top 10. We're going to go with the Road Warriors at number 1, the New Day at number 2, the Heart Foundation at number 3, the Usos at number 4, the Dudleys, the Shield, Hardys, New Age Outlaws, Demolition, Los Guerreros.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Just kind of in that modern era of time of wrestling during WWE. Just WWE. That's the whole focus. It's just WWE.
Hey, as long as we know we made good on Trish Stratus, man, I'm happy, man.
Hey, yeah, for real. We can't let that mistake happen again, man. But yeah, overall, Edge and Christian was a really great team. I'm not mad about them not making this list. It's like you could say, well, Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian was good. They did have a run and they did make great. The 5 second pose was an over thing, but the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys, they were the teams that people really wanted to see the most. I mean, especially what the Dudley Boys were doing, and then the Hardy Boys. Those were the guys that people really wanted to see the most. So I'm not mad about them not being on this particular list, but they are on my top 10. They're on my personal top 10, but it is what it is, man. Other than that, franchise, man, any parting words before we get the hell out of here, man? Because I think think we talked enough of the people's ears off today.
Nah, man. You know, it's always fun doing these top 10 lists. Like I said, eventually we're going to cover, you know, top 10 wrestling as a whole, you know, not just WWE. But right now, man, we're just getting our feet wet because WWE has such an extensive history. You know, you talk about over 60 years of skin in the game. So we definitely, man, just trying to get our feet wet with WWE because there's so much that when you look at the territories they acquired, you know, you got NWA, you got WCW.
ECW.
ECW, you got Evolve, you got GFW, Global Force, TNA Impact, and all that. So, you know, we got a lot, but we'll cover that when we cover that. But ladies and gentlemen, my son is going ballistic right now. So, as always, man, it's an honor and a privilege to do this thing that we call podcasting with you all. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold. He's too cold, and we'll be seeing y'all 2 shows tomorrow. And with that being said, peace.